My name is Michael Sardo. I graduated in 1981. I was a DJ at the station from 1977 through 1981. I was also the production director at the station. So at that time, I was in charge of making all the public service announcements since we went out over the air and were FCC regulated. We had to make PSAs, which were for nonprofits or good causes, helping keep the logs of making sure every song was written down, every PSA was recorded. That top of the hour, bottom of the hour, we did station identification. My show was on first in the afternoon and then 5 to 7 Saturday nights. It was called Ramblin' Scramblin' with Mike Sardo. I was Mike then, not Michael. And it was music to get you ready for Saturday night. I think it went okay, but I'm going to have to ask my 2 or 3 listeners. My son was listening in Thailand, I had a friend listening in Oregon, and my wife listening here, so I know we had at least 3. It was nerve-wracking, surprisingly nerve-wracking. I was up multiple times last night trying to think of what to say during the transitions. But luckily I had Chris opposite me, just chatting with me like a normal person, so it got much more conversational as it went along. I think the hardest thing versus being a DJ when I was here was you'd play a song or two and then run to the stacks and grab an album that you wanted to hear next, as opposed to creating a playlist in advance in the order in which it's going to be played. So there's a lot of projection as to how it was going to go. But I think it went okay, except for when I spoke for quite a long time and didn't have the mic on. Weeks. So my playlist, however many songs are on my playlist, at least that many or twice that many had been on there and had been taken off and put back and taken off, trying to get the right order. And what I was trying to do was capture an era of music that had house parties at Williams in the late 70s. And it was always a question of what to include, what not to include. So I sweated it quite a bit. I'm a lot lighter than when I started doing this process. I want to say, as I said during the show, I'm sorry to Alan Barnes, Don Doherty, and Bob Van Doore for playing Psycho Killer on repeat for most of my freshman year. And I'm sure that they thought they were rooming next to a genuine Psycho Killer. And who knows, there's still time to find out if they're right or not. You have this great facility here. And you come in here, and the thing about it is I've stopped in a couple times this weekend for 5 minutes and stayed for 2 hours. It's kind of a timeless place once you get inside. You're surrounded by all this music that influenced your life with other people who love music. You should come and be part of this. It's really quite wonderful. I do very much, if the committee will have me.